I'm on the movie, been the foundation. It's time to move. 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 Yeah, it's time to move. 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 It's time to move.
Hello my beautiful people, this is R from DJRUN and I am back again to bring y'all another deck profile video. And even though Attack on Titan is right around this corner, we still got a couple of more Fullmetal Alchemist content that we want to present to y'all here on the channel. And if you already don't know as well, we know that we already have decks like Roy Mustang dominating the meta as a C. But let me tell you that there is another secret sauce, a forbidden sauce I might add, that is also pretty damn good and can compete with some of the more prominent decks, including Roy Mustang. If you don't already know about the profile out here on the background, this deck profile is going to be with none other than Shao Tucker and his dog and daughter, Alex and Nita. So, while you guys sit back, relax, I will go ahead and switch on over to East Coast Anime, or should I say East Coast Not Cars and Nerds, now rebranded, to go ahead and talk with our good friend Mike, who is the sole mastermind behind this deck, and let's see just how powerful this deck truly is. So without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and head to the shop. All right, my beautiful people, I am over at East Coast Anime and I have the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mike, the creator of this Tucker Humans, whatever it is.
Humans deck with conditions.
Humans deck with conditions. And surprisingly enough, it's really good, isn't it?
It is.
Yes, sir.
It has no right to be good, but it's actually really good.
But apparently it is, right?
Yep.
All right, so let's go over this deck and just see the cards you play and why you play them.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
All right. So for starters, we've got 4 0-drop Kimbleys.
The 0-drop Kimbleys, so this is going to be like your main raid fodder for the deck, correct?
Yep, it's one of my main raids for this deck.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Kimbley has a lot of removal potential. So having the 0-drop with a get trigger is huge for this deck.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I said, a get trigger on this deck, get your raids and start playing them out later on in the match. Love to see it.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
4 of those. And I also run 4 of the King Bradley raids.
Oh, nice, nice.
The 0-drops for them, not the raids. That'll come later.
Oh.
So again, raid fodder, it's a get trigger. 4 of them. The Bradley special is the special of choice for this deck, so having options for that special are absolutely critical.
Exactly, so you don't really want to cut corners with it, especially like you said, if you're running the main special trigger for King Bradley, gotta run 4 of these bad boys.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, this is a humans deck with conditions. I actually got this deck for free with the stipulation that I build it to include Nina and Alexander.
Nina and Alexander, there they are.
Yep. So right I run 3 of these. This card is the only 0 in this deck without a trigger. You switch this card to resting, it generates an extra energy for the turn. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to lose this card while you're generating the extra energy. This deck generates a ridiculous amount of energy and can, with a little luck and the right hand on turn 2, can actually get you set up with 5 energy for the start of your 3rd turn. 5
energy on the start of the 3rd turn, that's crazy. And you said this is the only non-trigger card in the deck?
No, this is the only non-trigger 0.
Non-trigger 0.
There are a couple other non-trigger cards in this deck, but I think this deck only runs 6 non-triggers, which 3 of these are them.
All right, that's actually pretty good.
Yep. And then to round out the 0s, I have a singular copy of Lust. Draw trigger, on play, draw 1, trash 1. It has a couple uses. This deck innately has no searchability. So being able to just see an extra card or draw an extra card off a trigger can help you find those right pieces. And there's a lot of ways to filter and set the top of your deck, maybe with not always what you know, but you can see some cards with other combo potentials in this deck that this just helps you get closer to finding those pieces you need just because there is no search.
Exactly, so the deck really does have a lot of draw power within it.
There is so much draw power in this deck, it's actually kind of ridiculous.
Exactly, and that compensates for the fact that you're not able to dig and search for the cards you need.
Yep, so those are all the 0s I run.
Oh, nice.
As far as 1 costs go, I only run 3. This is the other non-trigger card in the deck. Just 3 copies of Gluttony. When sideline, draw a card. This card is great. Nice little chump blocker. This card kind of struggles against Mustang because they can just drop them by 1,000, pitch a card like they normally would, and remove them from the game. So you wouldn't get the when sidelined effect, but in most circumstances, you're just moving them up, blocking, drawing a card. If you hit a color trigger, you'll bring him back from trash, block, draw another card. It's such a good card.
Exactly.
I tried to minimize the amount of non-triggers in this deck, just to be able to have a little bit more consistency with when taking life. But Gluttony's dope. I love him. I used to run him as a 4, but I swapped him out for something that I thought was a little bit more crucial for how this deck wants to run. And I'll get to that in a little bit.
Yes, sir.
So those are my 1s.
Going into the 2-drop. Oh, no.
Again, deck with conditions. So we run 3 copies of the Nina and Alexander raid.
There they are.
This card is actually really good. Its trigger, unfortunately, is just an add to hand trigger. It would have been really nice if it was a raid if you have the energy to raid for it. When played, even if it's not rated, you get to scry 2, and you get to either keep them on top, keep one on top, trash the other. But if you do raid it, you get to draw a card. So if you raid it, you can look if you see that there's a special there, or if there's a raid, you can trash the other card and then just draw the raid. And this helps get cards in your trash for certain other combo potentials in this deck. And if you do raid it, it generates 2 energy instead, which is really good.
Exactly. So its main effect is just a simple when played effect. So you can just play this without raiding it, just to be like, all right, now I'm going to start scrying 2, fueling my sideline, and also setting up my follow-up turns.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Correct. There are a lot of times I've just hard dropped this just so I can see what's coming next.
Exactly. And just having that utility, really good, really powerful.
Yep.
For that monstrosity.
I was running only 2 of these, but I took out one of the Gluttonies for another 2-drop Kimberly. On play, choose 1 character on your opponent's front line, minus 1,000. The really strong thing about purple Full Metal is that for humans, they do not have a restriction on your minusing. So most of the cards in any of the UA sets have a choose 1 character with XBP, give it minus Y power. This is just choose 1 character, minus 1,000. Which if somebody's got like 500 body or 1K body, you can drop this, pop it, and then if they have like another 3K body, when you raid with Kimberly, who pops 3Ks when you raid with him, you can KO 2 things in a single turn.
Exactly. And like you said, just being able to not have that restriction on like, hey, it has to be like a 1K or more, 1,500 more, 2K or more. If they're trying to chump block with 5 or 1K BP characters, like, nah, get that out of here.
Yep.
We ain't having that.
Yeah, Kimberly's gross.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So good. I was wrong. I do run a couple other non-trigger cards. I run 2 copies of Envy. Envy can you can raid on top of this card with any character, meaning you can use your Nina and Bradley raid or Nina and Alexander raids. You can use your Kimberly raids. You can use your King Bradley raids, which we'll talk about later. And when played, if you have 10 or more cards in your sideline, you can rest a 3K body on your opponent's front line.
Oh, nice. So it's like really a good card. It's like the Roy Lloyd from the first Police set, where it's like, oh, I have another raid fodder that I can utilize. Or, like I said, if this goes into more of the late game and I'm trying to get damage through, it's like, play that. Yeah, your character's getting rested, bro.
Yeah. And it works really well with like Nina and Alexander, because Nina and Alexander, even if you don't like the cards that you see on top of the deck when you raid or just hard play it, you just trash them. We'll talk about the 3-drop Kimberly, which can help you draw additional cards by trashing cards. And just being able to raid over this with anything is just huge. So whatever your raids are in this deck, you always have +2 to that. But because it's a non-trigger, I just kept it at 2, just again so I can keep my non-triggers to a minimum. So there's actually 8, not 6.
Exactly. But even so, having less than 10 non-triggers in the deck, to me at least, is really good.
Yep. I run 1 copy of the 3-drop Bradley from the starter deck packs. He's a draw trigger, generates 2 energy. He's another body that helps count for the special, so while I have it on the field. And his on play is you choose another character. It can't be the target of your opponent's trigger effects until the end of the turn. Yep, so with the King Bradley raid, when you play him, he can swing twice as a 5k body. If all his attacks are getting through, last thing you want happening is being hit with a yellow color trigger or a special. He can't be targeted by those.
Exactly.
So if you raid the King Bradley, say over Envy or one of the Chump bodies, and then drop this afterwards to, rebuild your energy foundation, now that King Bradley can't be touched. And that's just massive.
It's massively, and it's like going to be stupid, especially you're getting that extra damage in. It's like, bro, I can't target or get rid of this guy.
Yeah. And just being a 5k innately, he's just getting over so many things.
Exactly. Ain't nothing getting by that.
Best part is you can comfortably save it for the last attack that you do.
Yeah.
You swing with all your smaller 4k bodies, take the triggers with them, or if there's no triggers, then you're guaranteed still 2 more after that.
Exactly. Yeah. Shout out to Hunter over at East Coast Anime. East Coast Anime.
Next, we have 3 copies of the 3-drop double energy generating Kimberly. He's got an active trigger. I don't normally use this as a target for the Kimberly raid, but in pinches I can, because I'm not really worried about double energy generation with this deck. It just has so much energy potential. When you play him, you trash a card from your hand and draw a card. If the card you trash is a Philosopher's Stone, which is your final or the AP restand, you actually just draw 2 instead.
Nice, nice. So this card actually gives you an option to say, hey, you can utilize your 2 AP restand card, or if you want to pitch it and just draw more cards to get more of your stuff, which what I'm seeing with this deck so far, you don't necessarily need to utilize your restand 2 AP cards, so you get so much off of just playing around your 3 APs to begin with.
Yeah. You can do a lot with 3 AP in this deck. It's actually kind of crazy. So a lot of times I'll just pitch the Philosopher's Stone, especially if I have 2 in hand, just to draw 2. Again, this deck innately has no search, so seeing as much as you can with whatever resources you have is massive. And having the Philosopher's Stone in trash for the Kimberly raid is huge. It's absolutely huge. Getting damage through with this deck, especially with how much you can pop bodies pretty consistently, is insane.
Yes, sir.
So I have this as a 3 of in here. Again, humans with conditions. We run 2 copies of Xiao Tucker.
Xiao Tucker.
He's a draw trigger, double energy generation. His
All my
on-play
homies say.
is actually really good for a lot of combos in this deck. This is the card that on turn 2 helps you set up for 5 energy.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, so when you play him, you trash 2 cards from hand. You can play up to 1 base Nina or Alexander from your sideline set to resting, or raid with it. So on turn 1, if you drop a Nina and Alexander, and then when you start turn 2, you drop ideally a 0-drop Kimberly. You would crack the Nina so that you're generating 3. You would drop this. You can trash like a Gluttony, whatever you want to trash. And then you trash the Nina raid, and then you pull the Nina raid from the trash, raid over, look at the top 2 cards, keep whatever you want to keep there, and trash the rest, and then you have 5 energy starting on turn 2. So if you have a Kimberly raid in hand, if they decide to get a little cheeky and put a body up front, you would just raid over the 0-drop Kimberly and then pop it.
Nice. So that's really good.
Yeah. It's really strong.
Really strong for no reason.
It's real strong for no reason. We're about to get to the best card in this entire deck. This card is absolutely cracked. It is the color trigger.
Ooh, we love color triggers.
So we run 4 prides. It's 3-drop, double energy generation.
Oh, even better.
Yep. Color trigger, so when you hit it from life, you bring a 2-cost purple character, 1 AP from your sideline set to active on your front line. Again, ideally, if you hit this in life, you will bring out Gluttony so that you can chump block with it. You can bring out Lust so that you can do a draw 1, trash 1. Other cheeky things you can do, you can actually bring out, if you already have 10 cards in your trash, you can bring the 2-drop Envy back from trash, so that when it's played, you rest a 3k on your opponent's front line so it can defensively act. And then next turn, you have something that you can raid over.
Exactly.
Which is so strong.
Yes.
So his activate main, you sideline either 1 Kimberly of any cost, or a character with that costs 4 energy or more on your field. You draw a card.
Ooh, so it replaces
gains
itself.
2k, so it becomes a 5k, and it gets impact.
Hold
this
on
card's
now.
insane. This card's so good.
So this is basically can be one of your other boss monsters then.
Yes, yeah, this card is so good. And a lot of times I'll play it in the back just so that I can, you know, generate the energy and I can start moving it up, not even worrying about like the energy costs for like my raids. And then I can, you know, get my other raids out, start popping bodies with Kimblies. I can use specials and then bring this up, pop a Kimblee, draw another card, and then have impacts all the time.
Exactly. So you're having impact all day, every day on a 5K body on top of that?
Yep, it may only be a 3K defender, but the fact that when you pop a Kimblee to get that effect, you just draw a card is so good.
Exactly, because who knows what you can draw into a restand card, a kill card, another raid.
So a lot of times I will, before I use my last AP, I'll pop the Kimblee so I can see what I'm getting next, so that, because like my play may change depending on like what I draw into with that, or if I know that it's there, like what's there just because of the Nina and Alexander raid, like I can, you know, sometimes see like a kill spell and just blow an additional body up. Like potentials with this card are just so much and it's just so good.
Just love to see it. All my homies like Pride.
Yeah, Pride is so good, just so good. I run 2 copies of the 4-drop Wrath. This card is treated as King Bradley, so again, it is another raid target if I need to. Its secondary effect I don't normally see all that often, just because it requires 20 or more cards in your sideline. This deck draws a lot, but it doesn't trash a lot. So you don't normally see that, but if you do, in the instance, it gets impact, which is massive. It's a 4K beat stick with an active trigger. But what the other important thing to note is it's a 4 cost, meaning that it is targetable by Pride. You know, if I want to pop him instead of Kimblee so I can raid over the Kimblee after,
you have that option.
I have
available.
the option to do that.
So this card really comes with a lot of versatility to it. So it's either 1, 4K body, 2, a fodder for Pride to get some extra damage through, or 3, a late game impactor.
Yep, and 4, it also is another target for the special.
Oh yeah, that is
because
true.
it's treated as King Bradley.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's probably, I would say it's the weakest card in this deck, but it's got its purposes, and
for it to be the weakest card that flexible, saying a lot.
So now we're moving on to raids, like the bigger body raids. We have to run 4 copies of Kimblee.
Exactly.
So when he's played, you choose 1 character on your opponent's front line with 3K or less BP, sideline it. And then once per turn, you can remove from the game a Philosopher's Stone from your trash, and he gets impact.
Okay, so just value.
Just impact, just because. The worst part about this card is that its trigger is just add to hand. It would have been significantly stronger if it was a raid with this card.
Oh, definitely.
But the combo potentials with this card are insane. Because you don't necessarily just have to rely on the 2-drop Kimblee to give something minus 1,000 to pop with it. You can do that with the King Bradley raid, which I'm going to get to after this one. But just having impact on this, so you have impact with this, you have impact with the 4-drop King Bradley late game, you have impact with the Pride. So getting damage through with this deck is so easy, because you're going to be able to blow up your opponent's stuff. And, you know, if you already, you know, got rid of their bigger threats, you can even, you know, use your last AP to sometimes just drop down an Envy on the field and rest their weakest body so that every attack is getting through.
Exactly.
You don't have to give him impact, but it's really strong to do, especially late game, when you can blow up 5K bodies with the special, and then everything is either 4K or less, and all your impacts, provided they don't hit an active trigger, are going through.
So you're good. This is just like a whole brigade of just impact, or a whole brigade of just other bombardments of specials and whatnot, just getting that damage through.
Yeah.
While still drawing cards in the process.
Exactly. It's so strong. It's so strong. And the last raid target, I just run 2 copies of King Bradley. He is the only raid in this deck who actually has a raid if you have the energy. You do lose out on his when played bonuses, but in a pinch, if you need a 5K defender because his on play gives him plus 500, he can be useful to save you. You just won't get the double attack.
Exactly.
But if you play him on your turn, he's a 5K double attack. So a lot of times you'll rest stuff with Envy, you'll blow stuff up with the special, you'll blow stuff up with Kimberly, and then you're just swinging.
Just swinging?
You're just swinging. And if you can raid with this and then drop the 3-drop Bradley, you can protect this card from getting specialed. So now you've got a 5k card that's swinging twice, that can't be touched by a special trigger, can't be touched by a yellow color trigger. It's so strong.
It's just a true menace in the making right here.
Yes. His activate main, if he's on the front line, you just choose one character in your opponent's front line, minus 1,000 BP until the end of turn. Again, no restrictions. If they've got a couple 500 bodies or 1,000 body, you know, that's just gone.
That's just gone.
It's just gone.
Exactly.
And you're just guaranteed, so whatever chump blockers they've got are just going away. More often than not.
Exactly. So another body that's able to kill other stuff or just lower stuff without any restrictions for other kill cards to come in and just sweep up.
Yep. It's just so strong.
Love to see it, man.
All right. Probably my favorite card in this whole deck.
Oh no.
I run one copy of it. I hate smart brats like you. This card is so funny. So when you play it, the first thing your opponent does is they choose whether or not you have a Nina and Alexander in your hand. This can be either the raid or the base 0-drop. After they make their decision, you will draw 3 cards, and then you reveal your hand. If your opponent chooses correctly, you have to remove 3 cards from your hand from the game. They don't go to your trash, they get removed.
Exactly.
If they choose incorrectly, you get to keep the cards, and it's just a draw 3, and it's really funny to do, but it's actually got some niche purposes. So if you're not seeing what you need to see, drop this. Even if your opponent guesses correctly and you got to remove 3 cards from the game, you obviously have not been seeing the things you need to see. You just remove the crap from your hand you don't need and keep the good stuff.
Exactly.
Yep. A lot of times, not to give the sauce away, I will do this when I have no Nina and Alexander raid in hand. Because then no matter what they choose, because I draw 3 cards first, there's always the potential of them always being wrong. Because if they say yes, and I draw 3 and I don't see one, then I get to keep my 3 cards. If they say, no, you don't, and I don't have one, and then I draw into one, then I get to keep the 3 cards no matter what.
Exactly.
And it's a draw trigger. It's just
a good card.
It's just a good card. It's just a good card. It's really funny though to do that in the middle of a tournament though. That was one of the conditions for getting this deck for free.
Yes,
I have to have at least one copy of this. And it's really funny. But it serves actually a lot of purposes because again, no innate searching. You're finding more things that you wouldn't be able to search for innately.
Exactly.
Do your normal stuff. 4 Philosopher's Stones, AP Restand. If you have it in hand when you drop the 3-drop Kimberly, you're drawing 2 cards. If you need to extend your turn a little bit, put it in your trash. Once it's in your trash, remove it from the game, give your 5-drop Kimberly raid impact, damage is going through.
Exactly. And
it's just so good in this deck. Like, I know AP Restands in any deck they're powerful, but this having such multi-functional uses, being able to draw you 2 cards from the 3-drop double energy Kimberly and giving your Kimberly raid impact just makes it all the better. It's so strong.
It's so strong, and you already know. Of course, we're running 4 of those bad boys.
Yeah. And then last but not least, 4 Bradley specials. Ultimate Eye.
Ultimate Eye.
Pop a 3k if King Bradley's on your field. Pop a 5k. Standard 4 of. With all the King Bradley cards that are in this deck, you know, between the zeros, the raids, the 4-drops, the 1 copy of the double energy generating one that protects a character from triggers, you will more than likely always have a Bradley. And if you don't have a Bradley, you're drawn into one. This deck draws so much that it really doesn't need a searcher. You'll almost find anything you need at any given time between the Nina and Alexander raid, the Kimberly that trashes the Philosopher's Stone and draws 2, Lust even just being a draw 1 and trash 1, Gluttony when he just blocks and gets sidelined, you know, draw a card and you bring it back with the color trigger and you can draw another. There's so many ways to see what you need to see that you will run into a Bradley and you'll never have an issue with popping 5Ks with this.
Exactly.
It's so good.
So good. And yeah, that really is just going to wrap up the deck profile. I appreciate it, Mike, once again, for you bringing this over to us, showing us that even with this monstrosity that exists, this Tucker and
Got that dog in us,
That-
man. We got that dog,
You
baby.
got that dog in there, man. But yeah, man, anything else you want to say before we head on out?
Nah, man.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Once again, this has been Mike over at East Coast Anime. Be sure to check them out. Check out their site, and we're just going to be having more stuff for you guys to enjoy.
And there you have it. Once again, shout outs to East Coast Cards and Nerds for being able to allow us to go there and record the video. Huge shout out to them and to the order Stephen. I appreciate, as well as we appreciate everything you do. And like I said before, this is that forbidden deck profile, so be careful on who you use it up against. Some people might not be able to handle the attention that this deck may provide. Once again, I've been Art from DJR Union, and I hope to catch y'all in the next video. Peace.